AITA for refusing to treat my ex's sort of girlfriend like another parent to my unborn babies, and sitting down with my ex and her to lay out some facts about how things will go. I, 25F, am pregnant with twins. Their father, 26 meters, and I were together for almost a decade. Things seemed great at the start of my pregnancy, but then 11-ish weeks in he told me he had feelings for Amy, 24F, who was friends with benefits with one of his two best friends. He told me he didn't feel like we should stay together just for the babies and we'd work it out. I told him that was fine, that I wasn't going to stay while he had any kind of affair, be it emotional or physical, with her any longer. He told me nothing physical had happened yet, and I told him I didn't care if it did or didn't, because even if it hadn't, that was a yet, and if it wasn't Amy it would be someone else. Amy and him ended up together, which came as no surprise. But then he told me he hated being away from me and he regretted doing this to us. I heard him out for a week before I made it clear that there was no going back and we would never be a couple again. His relationship with Amy has been on and off. Even when they're off they try to present as this united front and have wanted me to involve both in pregnancy stuff. Amy wanted to talk baby names with me and she was wanting us to go shopping for baby stuff together. She even wanted to do a joint shower so both of us could be focused on. She even tried to say how crazy it was for me to be having twins when ex and her have no twins in their families. Like she counted herself and her family in that. I ignored most of those requests and I communicated clearly and through text or email for anything I did respond to. But it was getting crazier with the requests, and the thing that bothered me most is they are not stable at all. And they're trying to put that on me, saying if they were treated as a couple who were going to be equally a part of the babies' lives, they wouldn't have so much trouble. My ex even said he felt like he had to be with me to be a real dad to the babies. When they mentioned her being at the birth, I knew we all needed to sit down and talk. I didn't trust my ex to be honest about what I'd say, and so I told them we could meet once and talk it all out. They met me with a bunch of crazy expectations, like how both of them would come to see the babies at my house when his visitation would start. Overnights don't start until 4 to 6 months of new babies in our state. They wanted all of us to make decisions, and they were thinking she could be mama to the babies. I let them talk and I wrote down all the expectations they had, and then I told them they were crazy to expect all that. I said if my ex wants to be present at the birth, I'm okay with that. If they want to discuss things between themselves, then I cannot stop them. But I won't be taking her advice on baby names. Discussions will be between me and ex. I told them if they were together when my ex started overnights, I could not stop Amy from being there, but she was not coming to my house. I told them if they were in a stable relationship and settling down, maybe we could all work together for the benefit of the children involved. But if they're off the whole time, it won't happen. I said I want my babies to be the priority, but that didn't mean I was out here looking for them to have a second mom or for the two of them to try and outvote me and push what they want. And I told my ex that if he and Amy break up for good, or if he misses the kids and wants to be around more, that it won't convince me to take him back. I told him I was serious about that and he needed to fully accept that. And I brought that up because some of his body language and how he was looking at me made me feel like he was being too intimate for two people who are not a couple anymore and never will be. Amy said it was the confusion of everything, and if I could take them as a package deal, he'd find it easier. I told her I had already told them the reality of everything. They tried to argue, but I just left once I realized they weren't going to stay calm or discuss things reasonably. My ex has emailed a few times in the days since, and he told me I need to work with them instead of against them, and I'm making all this harder than it should be and to think of our babies. He said he's trying to be an involved dad. I reminded him I'm not stopping him. But AITA for how I'm handling this. I'm trying to put the babies first, but I don't think that means treating Amy as mommy too and acting like this is some family unit when they can't even stay together in the 4-ish months since the breakup.